Good morning. Welcome back here. Oh man, it is Friday morning. I had a fantastic day yesterday. Going back up to my my FFA roots, I guess, and doing my 20-year team stuff for my state officer year. That was so much fun. Really appreciate the opportunity to go up and do that. So yeah, that was fantastic. We're back in the seed warehouse here this morning. We've got these 6 boxes to treat that I wasn't able to get done yesterday morning before I had to leave. I'm going to go ahead and do those here real quick. It might be all we treat today, or maybe we'll do some more this afternoon. I don't know. But then we're going to get the trucks switched around. We've got to get my Chevy unhooked from the trailer, get the 1-ton diesel truck hooked up to the trailer. We're going to load it up with 6 boxes. We're going to make a delivery. I might try and talk to one of my seed customers this afternoon, get some boxes of corn out of here, and just try and start moving some stuff around and seeing how we do. So let's go. All right, getting stuff set up here and ready to go. We are going to need a little bit more treatment, so I've got that recirculating, pumping stuff back through there. I got this tank recirculating, just to get what's in there mixed up a little bit. I could turn my agitation on, but it's going to splatter a little bit because it's not very much in there, so we'll wait till we pump a little more in. I closed the pumps on those. We're going to open up our valves. See, I didn't forget. How about that? And yeah, let that stuff mix for a little bit. I've got to get the information off of this box loaded into the computer here. Seed editing. We'll get it ready to go. So these beans are much smaller than the ones we treated the other day. We talked about that yesterday. These are 3,175 seeds per pound, which can be a little tricky with higher rates of treatment. Now we're just running base treatment here, so it's not really a higher rate, but we're going to compensate for that by turning our water down here a little bit, so we're not putting so much water on. And I also turned the glitter applicator on because it will help them dry faster. Basically what happens when you get small seed size is the beans tend to come out wetter and they can stick together or get clumpy and it can cause problems. And so the glitter, or it's titanium dioxide is what it is. It's just a shiny coating that goes on it. It helps them dry a little bit, and it will help them not stick together. There's a little bit of a claim that says that it makes them flow better, you know, through the planters and stuff. Honestly, I don't know if I believe that. It does make them shinier and prettier. That's the main reason for it. I hate using this stuff though because it's dusty, and so whatever, it's fine. I made this air filter thing a while ago. I got a fan just pulling in through there, so I set that up here. Hopefully that'll sort of draw some of that dust in. I had an idea that if I got another one of these fans, I could mount it to the other side and then like hang it up here off of the wall, and it would have twice as much suction power and maybe clean a little bit better. But anyway, we'll see if that makes any difference or not. I mentioned the other day that I bought a new box opener. This is it. I think it's a seed slide, something like that. This one's a little nicer than the old one. So this is the old one that I had, that I bought a year ago, and it works. It's fine. That's a box bullet. There's 2 problems with this one. One, the stroke of the cylinder is not quite long enough to fully open the box. It leaves about 1 inch or 2 of the slide gate in, and you have to really shake it to get the beans out because of that. And 2, sometimes it falls out, or it falls off of the slide gate or something. And usually it gets it open and then it falls off and you just can't close it. And it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. But we were down at Louisville and I saw this one and was looking at it. And aside from the color scheme, everything else about it is better. So it's a little more secure. It kind of slides in here, and then it's got that jaw there that latches on to the gate there, and you can't pull this off without pushing the release lever in, which means I can shake the box and it's not going to fall off. And then this kind of fits down on here, and it pulls from both sides of the box. It's a little more of an even pull. And it's got a longer cylinder stroke, so it opens it completely. Now it's a little bit longer, sticks out, you got to kind of watch it, so that's not great, but this one works a little bit better. I've been using that one just a little bit too, because sometimes I put the boxes too close together and I can't get this one in there, so that's frustrating. But yeah, if you were just doing a little bit for farm use, that's fine. For what I'm doing, where I've got 300 or 400 boxes that I've got to dump, I decided to get something a little bit better. So I'm going to keep them both around for right now. If we end up not using that one very much, I'll put it up for sale. Oh yeah, the other downside to this one is you have to hold the button. I don't like that. I get why they do it, but I have to hold the button the whole time the gate's moving. I can't just click it and let it go. And on that one, you click the button once and it opens fully or it closes fully, which is nice. So we let that go there, and open's not so bad, I can hold it. The problem is when I'm trying to close it, I'm trying to back up, I'm trying to steer, I'm trying to let the forklift down. I don't have enough hands, especially when I'm trying to film. I have figured out how to hold that lever with my hand, or my leg though, so we got it. Made it to our last box here. I'm pretty sure we got enough chemical in there. We've definitely got enough water in here. So we'll get this one done, and then we can set everything down and we can start getting our trailers switched around. So these beans with the powder on them, they're shiny, they're pretty. The camera really makes it seem like some of them are a lot shinier than others, and it stands out. It doesn't quite look that way in person, but they look really good. Good coverage. Get the trailer unhooked from my truck. Let's get her hooked up to this one. I gotta flip the ball over. Roll up the cover here. Nice. Oh, it's already out. Okay. Oh yeah, this thing is awesome. So she's got a few more miles on it since we turned it in last year. Gave it back to the guy, like 25,000 more miles, which is a lot. So clearly he uses it. How he can just give it to me for 2 months to use, I'm not real sure, but I certainly appreciate it. I cannot see that at all. Are we gonna clear? I think so. There's a camera somewhere. Where's the camera? Let's find this. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? Nope. How about... Nope. This one. Ha-ha! Except for that yellow line. Let's just get out and check. I don't want to screw up this tailgate. Yeah, good thing. Crank her up. All is good there. Oh, you know what I should do? I need to take it down to the farm and check the tires. Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to load it up anyway. We got just 6 boxes going on today, which is not a super heavy load, so that's good. But we should check the tires because we are going quite a ways and we haven't checked them this spring. If I remember right, these tires are a pain in the butt to check. The outside ones aren't so bad. The inside ones, however, trying to reach through there and get to a valve stem, it's in there, is really difficult. Brock did a heck of a job on our planter yesterday. It's almost all back together, so that is really good. I see he videoed a lot of stuff. I've not had a chance to edit it. Sorry, I'm probably a day behind on these videos, but by the point you're seeing this, you already know that. I didn't have much time to edit stuff last night, as you can imagine. So, we'll get through all of that stuff, get the videos out there, and see what all we've got to do yet. But we're waiting on one more seed tube guard, and then I think we're done with that planter, or basically done with that planter. So that's really good. Yeah, that one, yeah, you can't see it. It's a real pain trying to get in there. I was able to get the digital gauge in, but you got to kind of stick your hand through the hole and between the tires. It's a real pain. Had 65 in it, so we're pumping them up to 80. That was a struggle, but we got them. Okay, we're gonna head back down to the seed warehouse now. Dalton, the guy that I warehouse for, is he's actually down there now, I think. Gonna go over some paperwork, maybe sort a little corn out, then we're gonna load up our trailer and head out with his first load. So I'm not taking any corn today, or at least not to this first guy, but we are sorting some out that goes with some of these other boxes that we treated over here. So I need that pallet, and I need most of this, but not all of it. We need 78 bags. These two pallets here are the same, so get them unstacked here and separate them. Let's load her up. Back her in there. It's a little tight with all this stuff until we start moving some out, but we'll manage. Trailer load number 1 is on the trailer. We got her all strapped down. I gotta stop down at the farm. We're gonna fill out some more paperwork and stuff with Dalton here, and then head out to make this first delivery. What a deal. All right, our trailer is empty. We dropped off this seed here. This one, it was not quite an hour drive away. Those 6 boxes there. It started snowing when I got here and pulled in. That's not cool, but it's all right. So we'll head back to the seed warehouse. I don't know if we'll do any more today or not. Like I said, I got a local customer of mine that I was hoping to take some to. But if it's snowing, I'm probably not going to do that. Made it back from that first delivery there. Does it look empty in here since we got seed out? Nope, not exactly. It's still kind of raining and snowing out, so we're not going to worry about making any more deliveries today. Not a big deal. So it is 2:45 already. Crazy. But I think we're going to go down to the farm and see what's going on down there. Checking out where we're at on this planter and everything. Looks like Brock got her pretty well wrapped up. We're just shy one part here. But he got our new conceal knives. Got all of those put on. So what I ended up doing was buying half of them as the extended wear version and half of them as the standard wear version. These are the extended wear. You can't because you can't focus. But these are they have that wider tip underneath the. I can't hold this all, do this, but right here it's much wider than the other side. So that's the high wear one. All got them put on there, tightened up, look good. Got these pins and bolts put back in. All looks good. Our gauge wheels are on and adjusted. We do need to go through and grease it. He also adjusted some of our firmers here, made sure they were centered. This one in particular was hitting the closing wheel, so got that centered up a little bit better. That is good. That is good. That is good. We did have 2 of these conceal wheels that were bent. Mostly this outer ring here. So I had a guy get me a couple of replacements for that, and Brock put them both on this one wheel back here. So these are new. They look good. Okay. We got this one here that's not on yet because we were missing one seed tube guard. So once we get that, we can put it on there. You can't. Oh yeah, I guess you can. I was gonna say you can't have the brush belt on until that's in, but I guess you can. So, but if you look at this conceal, you can see how the bottom doesn't stick out wider than the rest of the knife there. This is the standard wear one. So we're going to see how much longer the high wear ones last than the standard wear ones and whether or not it's worth the added cost. They were about $30 a piece more, 25, something like that. So, but overall, they're just all very expensive. I think that means we are good to go here. I'll put that stop back in somewhere, but oh yeah, we were missing. He had one conceal knife he said was broken, so I need to figure out what's going on with that. Right here. Yep. That piece right there, plastic piece where the hose goes in, is broken. Okay. Taking a minute to go through and clean up some zip ties. I added a few to secure the wire harnesses and stuff, but we got a bunch of these with some tails on them, so I'm just kind of going through and trimming them up. Some of the old ones that were around the hoses that I pulled off needed tightened up and then trimmed some more. So doing that like this. And this one just cleans it up a little bit. That one's not even doing anything, so it can just come off. The snow has not slowed down. It's starting to accumulate. Bummer. I think it's supposed to warm up, so it's not going to stick around for very long, but it's not what we need. Not what I was hoping for, anyway. That's all right. It is still early March. We're going to get some more snow. We're not out of it yet. And we really haven't had that much this winter, so not a big deal. But anyway, I've got that sample that I pulled the other day that I got to get sent into the lab. I need to go down to the seed warehouse and grab that. I got to check some stuff out here, and we're going to wrap her up for the day. Got my box we got to send to Wisconsin. I'm going to go drop that off. All right, so here's where we're at, and I know that this video, like, you probably already know this by now, but as I'm recording this, I'm thinking through how I'm going to do things. So yesterday I was up at State Convention most of the day, right? Did a little bit of stuff around the seed warehouse in the morning, filmed some of that, and then I do have a fair bit of footage from convention. I don't know how great any of it is, but it's there, and it's going to add up and be sort of lengthy. So we're going to edit that stuff tonight. It's going to come out tomorrow, so that'll be what you're seeing on Saturday, which you've already seen. And then the stuff that I have filmed today is all good, but there's not a lot of it. Brock was here yesterday, and he filmed all day while he was working. And there's a whole bunch of YouTube or of GoPro footage and clips that I haven't watched. I don't know how much there is, but I think it's going to be too much to add in with the video from yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and throw it at the end of this one. So here's Brock from yesterday. Thanks, Brock, for getting all that stuff done, keeping stuff moving while I've been busy with other stuff. And thank you guys for watching this. If you did not watch yesterday's convention video stuff, like, I get that's not everybody's thing. You might not care that much, but like, that meant a huge amount to me. I would appreciate it if you would go and check it out and watch that one for me. Yeah, it was a great day. I was so excited to be back up there and see everybody. And while I won't have that experience of doing opening ceremonies for convention again, I will be able to go back up for their reception and kind of reunion type stuff for the past state officer teams, which we will be taking advantage of. So anyway, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thumbs up the video for me. That really helps with the algorithm, and leave the comments and all that stuff to help share the channel. Very much appreciate that. Also, I haven't pushed it this week because I kind of forgot with everything else going on, but we did release a new baking video yesterday over on the second channel, Baking Bakers. Go check that one out. Mom made some bread, rustic Dutch oven bread. It was pretty good, looks good. She did a great job, so go watch that one for me. I am about 50 subscribers short of hitting 1,000 over there, so go subscribe to that channel too for me, please. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will be back on Monday. I don't know what's going on Monday yet. We might be working in the shop. We might be working in the seed warehouse. I can't deliver the seed that I've got treated yet, or maybe some of it. But Tuesday we've got deliveries set up all day, so that'll be that. But that's going to be a lot of what we do now, is treating beans and moving seed. It's just the time of year that I'm in. So see you, everybody.
Good morning, or shall I say afternoon. It's 11:15. Welcome back to the farm. Nathan left this camera in plain sight, so I'm guessing he wants me to film a little bit. Just got off the phone with him, and we're gonna be working on the planter, which that's what I expected. But I'll let you know what we're doing here. First, we're going around with these seed firmers. Nathan just put them on, but on the underside, what holds them into place is this screw. But as you can see, this seed firmer goes up, and there's like a little, I don't know, it looks like a U-shaped thing to me, and this screw goes on the bottom side of it so this doesn't fall back out. Well, on a couple of them, Nathan didn't get this all the way up, so the screw's not holding these in so they can fall out. So we're just going around now and making sure they're all in place before we get the gauge wheels on. It's going to be a lot more difficult to do it with the gauge wheels on. So we're going to check this side, but he said he thinks he has all these done, but then we're gonna hop on over there to the other side, which all the gauge wheels are on, but we can still get to it and do it. But that's the side that he's worried about because he didn't realize that that's what that was for and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing first. Alrighty, so we went around and checked this screw here on all the rows. I think there was only 2 that were not in place and then 1 that looked way too loose. Whether it was or was not, I checked it and corrected it, or just messed with it and wasted time. But anyway, on to the next thing. What we're doing now is, for the most part, they're okay, but this is the seed firmer that we just put on, and these are closing wheels. They should not be hitting. So we're gonna go around, and like I said, for the most part, they're fine, but there's, I think, 2 or 3 on the whole planner that need adjusted. So we're gonna take the bolts loose up here, and then we should just be able to pivot this and it should straighten that right out. A lot easier than putting it in place, so it's gonna take 5 minutes if that. Alrighty, so we got all these centered. None of them are hitting now, so that's good. That was easy. A lot of the stuff now is just small stuff that either we do every year or it takes a little bit of time. This right here, if you remember, we broke it last year, then switched it out with one on the beam planner until this year we got a new one. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on. We did have these brand new bushings. These are deer bushings that we're just gonna put on here. We had them, we might as well use them. So that's what we're gonna do here. Well, so now that that's on, I don't have the closing wheels, but I don't know, I can't remember if Nathan said he was gonna get new ones for this or if we were gonna put the old ones back on, or I can't remember, but those take 5 minutes to zip right on with the impact. So I'm not gonna worry about those. I'm not gonna worry about calling them. It's whatever. I think next we are on to the gauge wheels. So we're gonna get these all put up on there. What I'm actually probably gonna do is just get them all put up on there and then go around and adjust them versus putting one up there, adjusting it, going on to the next one, putting it up there, adjusting it. I've kind of learned if you can do one step and do all of it and then go back and do another step, you're a little more efficient. So that's what we're gonna do here, is put them all up on there and then go back through and adjust them. So here we go. I'll set up a little time lapse. Alrighty, now that we got all the gauge wheels hanging, we can tighten them up and adjust them appropriately. First, we're going to tighten this bolt up here, and that just gives us a good idea of where they are. So I'm trying to find you one that's out of adjustment. Tried this one, but it was actually not too bad, but this one here is also not too bad. What we want it to do is we want this gauge wheel to touch this opener blade to scrape off any dirt or any mud that could be tracking on there. And then when you lift it up, you want it to fall back down. So if you have it way too tight, it will touch this blade and it will turn it, but when you lift it up, it will stay up, and that's way too tight. And then you have other times where it's not even touching that, and you can spin the gauge wheel and it's not even touching that. But that one right there is, I would say, adjusted perfectly, and we're not even going to touch the adjustment there. So here's one that is not in adjustment. I tightened that bolt down just to see, give us a baseline. I can turn this, and yes, it does turn that opener. But when I lift it up, See how it stays up a little bit? It should fall all the way back down. I don't know how well you can see that, but it does. It stays up, and that's not right. So what's in here is a screw. So if we loosen this bolt up here, we can turn this, which has a screw within here that moves this out, so that when we tighten it back down, this is actually further away to the opener blade and allows it to fall back down. It doesn't create a gap, but it creates less pressure on the opener, so this will fall back down under its own weight, and that's what we're gonna do. So let me find a spot for you and I'll show you how to do that. Alrighty, I don't know how well you can see that, but right there is the adjustment. So first thing we gotta do is loosen up this bolt. This is making it tight so we can't even move the adjustment part. The impact does fit in here. And we're just gonna loosen it up. See how it fell? And we have actually quite a bit of adjustment there now. But we're gonna loosen it up. So sometimes I get these backwards, sometimes I don't. You can see, we gotta go that way. So by turning it up, it moves this green part, which is attached to the gauge wheel, out, away from the opener. So we're just gonna do it a little bit. This one was actually pretty tight, so we're gonna have to go back and forth a few times, loosening, tightening, which is okay. It doesn't take that long each time. We're gonna tighten it back up here and see where we are. So, here we're gonna move you a little bit tight like that. So this is actually turning the disc opener. We're gonna lift it up and it actually falls back down. My goodness, I'm not usually this good at it, so consider this my lucky day, but I have quite a few to do. So yeah, so we're just gonna keep doing this, go back and forth, loosening and tightening the adjustment there as we need it. But yeah, we got a lot more to do. So here is a row that is too loose. There is a little gap there. You really can't see it, but it's not even coming in contact with the disc opener. So this is one that we want to tighten up and snug and make it touch so it cleans it off and works appropriately. Well, got all the gauge wheels adjusted other than one row. We were waiting on some parts when I was doing this one, but perfect timing because look what just showed up. Box just got dropped off. We have our gauge wheel. We actually got two of them because of this. I think Nathan showed it the other day on his video, but if you see right there, they're bent. Both of them on the same row. I'm guessing Nathan hit something, but yeah. So we got new ones of those. We'll swap those out here real quick, get those put back on, get them adjusted. Also in this box from the same place, we got our conceals. Oh, they're all in a big bag here, but that's what's under here. All of our conceal knives. So those can get put on the planner. That's kind of what I was waiting on for today. I knew they were coming, just didn't know what time. But it's gonna take a little bit. There's 48 of them, 2 per row. Simple bolt each, but still, it's just gonna take a little bit of time. Gotta plug the hoses in, get them bolted up, and then get the arms pushed back up and pinned back in. So, yeah, we're gonna work on the gauge wheels, get those put back on too, and then we'll be done. We'll do all the conceal knives, get them on. Like I say, do one step at a time. We'll get all the conceal knives on, then we'll go back through and pin all of them up in place, and then we'll put the row units back together. Those can be done now, but heaven forbid I have to take anything back apart. It's just nice not to have the stuff up on top, or I can look down through and it's not in my way. So those I'm gonna wait till last, but we're gonna get this all but one row done today. And we're only gonna get, or the only reason we're not gonna get that row done is because we're waiting on parts that'll be here Monday. So it's not a big deal, but we're gonna get this we're gonna get this done. So also in the package that we got our conceals here. We got our conceals here. We got two different options. We got the high wear and we got the standard. We're gonna put the high wear on half the planter and the standard on half the planter, see how they do, see how long they last. Is the high wear worth the extra money versus the standard? Not really much difference looking at it from this angle, but when you look at it from this angle, see that strip on the bottom there? See how wide it is? It's much wider than the piece of metal that's brazed to. Now look at the standard. It's not any wider. Put them side by side. If I can do this here. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's quite a bit of difference to the high wear compared to the standard. So we'll see if it's worth it. Like I said, we'll put the high wear on half the planter and the standard on the other half and see what it does. We'll probably put the high wear on the side that you'd be getting out of the tractor on. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to say it on video just in case we forget. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put them all on. There's 48 of them total, so we got quite a bit of bolting up to do. Well, I know you shouldn't show the first one, but I think this is going to be the best chance to get a good shot here for you guys. But what we're doing here is taking these conceals out of the, they come individually wrapped with a nut and bolt here. So got to take them out, and they drag in the ground like this. So we got to make sure we get this hose and get it plugged into, have enough hose there, to push it into the conceal and have it stay. So last thing we want to do is mid-season, some of these just spraying out here. So that is actually in there pretty well. It's pretty easy. So it's in there, and now our nut just sits in here. You gotta get it set right, and then you don't need a wrench on it or anything, but this goes up here and screws right in. Tighten it down with an impact, and it draws it up, and you're good to go. So, gonna draw it up, and just like that, I'm good to go. So this will come back up. I don't know how well you can see that, I'm sorry. Yeah, this will come back up. Get this and ready and sit back between the gauge wheel and band the fertilizer on each side of the seed. But yeah, one down, 47 to go. It's gonna take a little bit. Well, there we go. They're all on, well, all-ish on. One step closer, we are one short on the planter, but there's a reason for that, and I'll show you. So as I was opening these concealed knives up, I'll look at them, make sure they're clean and nothing's broken on them. Before I put them on, I found this. I don't know how well you can see that, but right here, that is where a fertilizer hose is supposed to go in there and connect. It's supposed to be like one of those push connector type deals. I don't know if I have one. Oh, right here. It's supposed to be like one of these. You push it on this side, and it's got teeth in there that bite it, but it is broke. So that is not gonna be going on the planter. I'm gonna send a text to Nathan here real quick. I don't know if he's got any more. I could go check the parts bin. But anyway, those things aren't cheap. We just got that today, so either we get a refund for it, or we get a new one coming, which if you ordered it, we must need it, so probably get a new one coming. But gotta let them know about that, and then we're gonna get those all pinned up. So on every single row here, they have a pin in it that holds the arm up to pin it into there. So, you know, it holds it up into the gauge wheel. So as a process, we had to have one thing done before we could move to the next thing, before we could move to the next thing, but we're at the process now where we can pin that up. Back under the planner we go. This should go a lot quicker, even though we still have 48 rows. But the first thing we got to do is remove this clip if it's on there again. Sometimes we can do it with our hands, but sometimes it is easier with some pliers. Oh, Nathan does all this stuff with one hand. Give me a second, I'm gonna get it off. Okay, I seriously don't know how well you can see this, but I put you on the ground and we're just gonna do this. There we go, got it off. So we take this pin out, and there's a slot here that this goes up in. We got to make sure we don't pinch the hose, that fertilizer hose that runs down that arm there. And it's very important these go from the inside to the out, so it makes it easier for us to put this clip on. I want these holes to be lined up. And pull that over. I'm sorry if I'm blocking it, but it's latched into place like that, so there we are. It's latched up, 47 more to go. Alrighty, I got 45 of the 48 knives pinned up, and the reason it's only 45 is because I'm not going to do these two right here because we're still waiting on our brush belt guard, and I know we have to take the other side off to put that on, so I'm not going to pin those up yet. There's no point. And then this one down here, this is that one that I don't know if I showed you guys, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, that was broke where the hose slides into it. So I can't get that pinned up yet until I get a conceal knife for that. But other than that, we are probably getting ready to put the row units back on. We're gonna put the brush belts on, then we'll put the green covers on, and then put the units, and then we're pretty much done. I don't know what else to do today. As far as the planner goes, we do have a couple closing wheels that I don't know if we're using the old ones, getting new. We'll figure that out. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I'll set up a little time lapse here. Nothing too exciting, just putting a row unit back together. Alrighty, now that we got 23 of the 24 row units done, I'll show you how they actually go together. First we gotta start off with our brush belt. Let me move this out of the way here. The brush belt sits down in this slot here, but you gotta make sure you plug the sensor in. It's got a little clip on the back side that clips down on the bottom side of the row unit. And then this top up top here is a knob that goes into this hole right here. So you got to make sure, as long as those line up, we should be okay. Which bottom one's in, top one's in. Then we have our cover here. Make sure this clip here goes through the top of the cover, or it will not go down. And then we are, ooh, let me move you back. We are onto our row unit. So that's down. Row unit slides into a bottom groove there, and then just sits up there. This just locks everything in place as far as the row unit goes. Then we have our vacuum hose that goes up here. And then on the top side, we have our seed delivery hose. So that gets plugged into the top. That goes back to the CCS tanks way back there. So you put your row unit back together. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Planter is 95% done. All the big things are done to it. At this point, we're just waiting on parts. This whole side's done. I put those closing wheels back on, so we'll be all right there. The back, done. And over here, just waiting on the seed tube, or sorry, the brush belt guard there. And then I think that row can go back together. I don't think there's anything else there. And then up here, the conceal knife, which put it on, pin it up, done. I don't think there's anything else that I can think of. I seen one hose that needed replaced that went down to the conceal, so I did that real quick with some of that hose there. But yeah, wanted it out of here by tomorrow. Not quite gonna happen. One of the parts ain't gonna be here till Monday, so it's one working day, and it's gonna be first thing Monday we can get it out of here. So that's not a big deal. This conceal knife, that's not gonna stop it from getting out of here. I left it on the end on purpose so we can get to it easily no matter where it is, and you know, it can be quick. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Go visit the other channel, the Baking Bakers. I don't know if Nathan's gonna wrap this one up. I don't know if Nathan started a video, made a video at all, but thanks for watching. See you on the next one.